Happy Friday, everybody. Now today we ask ourselves the age-old question, is bigger better?
And this isn't just a look into Barry's thoughts, we're actually going to be taste testing prawns. 5 different sizes of prawns to see if bigger really does mean better. Ready for number 1?
Yeah.
Starting small.
Please.
It's not as small as I thought we'd start.
Ooh. These are already like impressive. I was expecting like...
I was expecting
like
we were going to go
cocktail prawns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, head off, open up at the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favourite like seaside snacks is a pint of prawns.
A pint of prawns?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Is that a very British thing?
It might be, yeah. Well, in Germany, do you get like a stein of prawns?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, so like basically you go down the seaside and they bring you a pint of prawns. Cheers.
Cheers.
Meaty, sweet.
The 2 words that I had that came to mind as well.
And these have all been cooked at, was it 53 degrees?
These have all been cooked at 53 degrees because the food team says that that's the ideal, optimum temperature to cook proteins.
Suck the head.
I'm not sucking the head.
Yeah, you have to. Push the head. What all the good flavour is.
That tastes more like a prawn than any prawn you've ever had.
Exactly, because it's its brains.
Yes, yeah. Suck his head. Up.
No.
Yeah. It's all the goodness.
It's really fishy, isn't it?
Really fishy.
Like imagine how that works with the stocks and so on, but I'm after the sweet meatiness of a prawn, not the fishiness of it.
These are the Penaeus vanemi prawns, which are farmed in Ecuador.
Subtle flavour, suited to bolder dishes with heavy flavours, seasonings and aromats.
Because you're not, unless you're sucking the head, you're not getting a massive prawn flavour. It's a nice addition to a dish rather than something to enjoy on its own.
Size-wise, I was expecting like how many centimetres long they are.
Yes.
But it's measured by how many you get per kilo. So you get 40 to 60 of these in a kilo.
That is an unusual way of doing it.
But again, like they're at this size, they're not daunting. They're super easy to cook. Be either steamed, boiled, fried, anything really.
Yeah.
And they take no time at all.
Now we know that this is the smallest, shall we move up the scales?
How big are we going to get?
I saw Kush with something over his shoulder earlier. Number 2, do the honours.
We're going up.
Going up. Ooh.
Oh, not much bigger.
Firmer.
I just imagine this in a paella.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Far more of a bite to that one.
Round 1, just
Yeah.
tasted the prawn. This tastes of more tender.
Yeah.
And it's packing more sweetness as well.
Yeah.
It tastes more wild as well. It tastes like it's been working harder.
So these are Penaeus, which is the same word as the one before, which I'm guessing means that Penaeus is like
Same species.
prawn. Penaeus monodon, which are farmed and come from Bangladesh. These are our medium ones. You get 21 to 30 of these in a kilogram, whereas previously we were getting 40 to 60. So these are twice as big.
Okay, wow.
So, sweet tasting, yet less intense flavour than other larger prawns. So we'll see what we'll come to that. Best as part of a wider dish, stir fries and pastas, etc. Good for fillings in dishes such as dumplings due to the pliability.
They're stretchy.
They do yoga. Prawn lattes.
Prawn lattes.
Yeah. Their slightly milder flavour allows for seasonings and aromatics.
They're definitely more meaty than the last one.
Yes.
There's more meat.
Smaller prawns tend to be considered sweeter and more tender, whereas the older, bigger shrimp can be a little bit tougher. Smaller prawns are often overcooked. I 100% agree with that. Little bullets is how they can feel, like the texture of them. Yeah. So far, not too much difference between the first two, and if I was going to go out my way to buy decent prawns, I'd be happy with either of them.
For me, flavour-wise, very similar. It's about how much meat you're getting from it. If you don't mind de-shelling and sucking the head, lots of times the small ones are fine. But if you want to do that less and eat more, bigger better.
Do less, eat more, suck bigger. No! Should we do the third one? Number 3.
Bring it.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Okay. We're jumping up here.
We're definitely jumping up here.
What would you call these straight away?
Prawns.
Are they bigger than kings?
Oh, Charles has got to be about 6
Right,
foot
okay. Brilliant. Right, I'm already a little bit daunted by the head juice in this one.
It's dripping. Oh, that is. Oh.
Very fishy. Why it's not a thing?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Put it in a soup. This is a tougher shell to get into. Here, these are the ones where you get three. Three on a plate.
Three on a plate.
And you have to treasure every mouth because you've paid a fortune for this plate. Okay, cheers. Oh, this is going to be special. Wow.
That's got a real pull to it.
We're moving a little bit into like lobster territory here.
I know that's more of a lobster texture.
Yeah. It's got some flavour. More of the sea as well. Because there's more body there to absorb some of the, I guess, the natural seasoning.
When we sucked the head and got the head juice out, that was such a intense flavour that on its own I don't think I liked it. But you can just see how that would impart flavour into stocks and stews and things.
Yeah. The others you can imagine like amazing butters and sauces, whereas this kind of like it stands on its own as a flavour.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know though. Can't pass that. Ayo.
You're right.
Yeah, ayo. Garlic.
Garlic. Okay, that's that got me a little bit.
Ayo. What I would say is these are not amateur prawns anymore. We're moving into the professional stuff.
We're in the large category now. 13 to 15 prawns per kilo.
That's not many,
That's
is
not
it?
many. Okay, straight away, sweet tasting with a crunch.
Yes.
Got that.
Yeah.
Big enough to withstand oven roasting. Interesting, because the other ones, I hadn't even considered oven roasting being a thing.
These are called Lithopenaeus vanami, and they are farmed from Sri Lanka.
Okay.
I really like this because I think you're getting to the stage where that's going to really impress someone if you serve those up. And it doesn't just look good, but it follows through with a lovely texture and a really great taste.
Size-wise, I'm still comfortable here. I feel like I know what to do with that. Happy to boil it, happy to steam it, happy to fry it, now apparently roast it.
That's interesting.
Any bigger, I'm getting a little bit daunted.
Still quite comfortable if I'm honest, Baz.
Right, okay, next one.
Ready for more prawn?
Is it? Can we get much bigger?
Let's find out. Well, turns out, yes we can.
I'm daunted. I don't know what to do with that.
So these are Penaeus monodon. Oh, it's the same as the mediums, from India.
Okay.
Farmed in India.
The thing I find strange with like crustaceans, like the smaller prawns, it's amazing how desensitized you get to just ripping a head off and opening its body up.
It's a good point.
The bigger they get, the more aware you are of what you're doing. Also, you have to admire this guy has a little hairdo.
He's got a little sword. It's like a mini swordfish.
Yeah. Oh, it's well done. I'm not sucking that head. Look at that. So apparently these prawns you can buy as a block. So therefore, they don't come individually frozen, they come as one big block, so you have to defrost them all. And that's so they are easier to transport, or they don't get damaged when they get moved.
The shell on this is much, much harder to peel.
Also, bearing in mind these are all cooked at the same temperature, I'd say that the flesh is probably more delicate as well.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, mine's like a really fresh, creamy texture.
Yeah. The bite that you need to be able to get it away is massive. And it's a much creamier texture.
I do like lobster, but I've never really understood why they're so much better than a prawn. Like that to me is as good.
Right, these are the XLs. You get 6 to 8 of them to a kilo.
Right.
Okay, so not many at all. A good all-rounder, slightly sweet flavour, more of a crunchy texture. We agree with that. I feel like this is now at the size where I want something else with it.
Well,
Eating it on its own feels a bit odd to me. The biggest shrimp are best for roasting and grilling. Larger prawns are also good for prawn cocktails, salads, gambas al ajillo. Medium prawns are good for pasta, rice and stir fries and dumplings, whilst the smallest are said to be best for soups, stews and sandwiches. Well, it depends on how big your sandwich is. Go for a bigger sandwich, have some bigger prawns.
We've got one more round to go.
One more round to go.
How can we get bigger than XL? Oh, God. Do it together.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
No way. That's the size of my cat.
The eyes look like blueberries.
Do we like, how do you say, what's the best way of taking the head off now? Like Christmas cracker it?
Christmas cracker.
I'll tell you what, I'll read out some facts while you prepare it for me. This is the XXL category. 3 or 4 per kilo.
Give it a
I
second.
am not sucking that. No way in hell. So it's got natural, sweet, savoury flavours. The best for grilling, as they can withstand open flames and higher temperatures without burning. Decadent and a statement due to cost.
Massive statement. I'm really intimidated by that.
You are?
Yeah.
So it's luck of the draw, isn't it, really? If you're getting, this time, we've got a massive load of roe in there and not much intestines. Now, this is some of the intestinal tract, which I guess is a lot more important to get out of a big one because it's about the size of a small prawn. It's probably the fiddliest of all of them. I'd say as we've got bigger, they've got less fiddly until we get to this level where there's a lot more prep around it.
We're not Lady in the Tramping it. Don't look at me like that. We're not Lady in the Tramping. No, we're not.
I mean,
no.
It's eat it. I can't not, can I? Sorry.
Whoa.
Oh. Holy moly.
It's a bit chewy. Much chewier than the last ones that we've had. Flavour-wise, I don't actually think I like it.
Wow, okay.
I think that's quite a bit more bitter than the previous ones. Maybe it's because I had the head end and it was a bit more the fishy, seawatery side. I don't know if that's the prawn for me.
The extra large was a lot more creamy. It cut nicer as well and didn't leave stringy bits in your mouth.
So this is Penaeus monodon, again, so it's the third one that we've had, from India, but this is wild, so this hasn't been
First
farmed.
wild one.
First wild one.
Wow, okay.
So maybe that explains more of the
That also
flavour.
means it must be flipping expensive.
Yeah, because you have to find, well, they're not that hard to find, because look how big they are.
What's strange for me is, as they get bigger, the flavour remains. It's not diluted at all. But what's also kind of contradicts that is the fact that as they get bigger, you've got more room to get more flavours in there and take away from the prawniness of it.
Which is weird, because sometimes you feel like you wouldn't want to do that, because you've spent all of this money on the biggest prawn that you've ever seen. Let's celebrate that in the best way that we possibly can.
Exactly.
Versus, these are small ones, let's add a load of flavour into them and fill it out with lots of other things.
For me, it's down to, I love the process of de-shelling a prawn. And it's about how fiddly that process is for the rewards you get at the end.
Yes.
I like the process. I like having a handful of prawns that I can kind of fiddle my way through.
Yeah. So the last talking point on here is that the bigger prawns do generally taste more iodine-y, which makes sense.
Yeah, again, look at our hands.
Yeah.
But also, I've got this like metallic-y kind of finish that isn't very pleasant.
No, I know what you mean.
That's a real shame, because everything up till now was leaning towards bigger might be better.
Right, whilst we discuss whether we think bigger is better, the food team have prepared us some prawn crepes from our Psychic app using the smallest prawns that we tried today, which are generally actually the biggest prawns that you can buy in the supermarket.
These are incredible.
Fantastic.
I love these ones. Oh. The small prawns, these ones here, like I'd still classify those as large.
Yeah, so would I.
Because small to me are the tiny little ones you get, but we couldn't look at those today because you can't buy those raw.
No, they're already cooked, generally on the ship.
Yeah.
So they get fished, cooked, frozen on the ship, and then delivered to you frozen through a supermarket.
Come on. Oh.
That's spectacular.
Yeah, I needed more prawns.
Right, my favourite, number 3.
3 if I was cooking at home, but if I'm eating out and someone's cooking it for me, I think I could take a 4.
You could take a 4. Well, I think we are in agreement that bigger is better to a point, but Barry could go bigger than I could. And I think we're all surprised to hear that.
But it's over to you guys. Comment down below and let us know what was your preferred size prawn.
And while you're down there, let us know what ingredient we should be looking at next to discover whether bigger is better.